Welcome to the Reaver Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless right here on shrmedia.com. Conservative media done right will also be rebroadcasted on KLRN radio. How's everybody doing? What is today? Friday. It's the weekend already. Holy shit. Hey, we got a lot to get through. Reports are Israel has attacked Iran. Totally brain farted on that. Why is my hair so frizzy? Initial reports that are coming out is the explosions in Syria. Also, Syria was attacked, and Baghdad were to take out Iranian radar and air defense systems. Those strikes were successful. The reports are explosions are being reported near western, northern, and eastern Tehran, as well as near Imam Khomeini International Airport. Explosions are being reported across Baghdad and Syria in the city of Kahran, north of Tehran. And they're being reported they are big, big booms. Israel has confirmed that this is their attack on Iran in retaliation for their attack. See if I can find that video. Is this the one in English? Yes, it is. So, oops. All right. I'm going to bring this video up. Give me 1 second.
It's October 7th in response to months of continuous attacks from the regime in Iran against the state of Israel. Right now, the Israel Defense Forces is conducting precise strikes on military targets in Iran. The regime in Iran and its proxies in the region have been relentlessly attacking Israel since October 7th on 7 fronts, including direct attacks from Iranian soil. Like every other sovereign country in the world, the state of Israel has the right and the duty to respond. Our defensive and offensive capabilities are fully mobilized. We will do whatever necessary to defend the state of Israel and the people of Israel. In response to months of continuous attacks from the
So that is the direct response from Israel. I agree. They have every right to attack. They have been attacked on all fronts by multiple nations, by multiple factions, multiple terrorist groups. And the world has sat by and done nothing. I don't know what the answer is, but they are an ally, and we do need to do something to help them. One thing we got to stop doing is condemning them. What they're doing is perfectly legal and perfectly right. Just could you imagine someone telling us on 9/11 we couldn't respond? Or, you can't hit here, you can't hit there. Oh, can't do this. The hell with that. They smacked you, you're going to punch them back. You want to make sure that they think twice before ever trying anything ever again. It's unbelievable, these people that think Israel should keep taking this and not do nothing. They're like, well, they have a right to respond when they respond. Oh, well, this and that and that. Listen, you don't want your civilians involved. Israel's giving more than enough warning, telling these people to get out of the area. They're not attacking civilians. They're attacking military strongholds. And when it came to in Gaza and Palestine, well, Hamas was using civilians as shields. Well, you know what? After all, you got to do what you got to do. See if there's any updates going on. This is a Fox News report. Play that again. I do not own. This is Fox News. Discuss it as we go along.
Fox News can confirm that Israel has started their attack against Iran following a ballistic missile attack that was launched against Israel earlier this month. Explosions have been reported in and around the Iranian capital of Tehran, as well as in the northern part of the country. We do understand at this hour it is a fluid and developing story. It appears at this moment that the Israeli attack against Iran is ongoing. I spoke this evening with a senior official who gave us some context into the days leading up to this highly anticipated Israeli strike against Iranian territory. This strike, according to this senior official, was meant to send a message of deterrence to the Iranian regime. And there was communication with the Americans beforehand as the region waits to see what will come next. But again, the latest information that we have, multiple explosions have been reported in and around the Iranian capital of Tehran, as well as in the northern part of Iran. We don't know the exact targets, but I am told that some of the targets were taken off the list following American pressure. There have been a lot of conversations taking place with top Israeli leadership here in Tel Aviv and in Jerusalem, talking with their counterparts in Washington to determine how to deter the Iranians but not drag the region into a broader war. Now, one other important note here. An Israeli official tells me the expectation is that following the strikes tonight against Iran, there will be some sort of response. Of course, they don't know what that response will look like, but Israeli air defense remains on high alert across this country. There is an understanding that Iran has the ability to target Israel with a variety of ballistic missiles, as they did earlier this month when they launched 180 of them toward this country. And so Israel's top defense systems, including the Arrow 2 and 3 systems, do remain on alert to be able to protect some of the more sensitive targets across this country.
Now, my question is, I wonder if this is just an initial attack, or was this a little, hey, don't fuck with us attack? You know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure that this was a trying to weaken or just send a message. Or we'll find out as time goes on. But it is a fluid situation. I'll try to keep post as I do the show. If you want to join the conversation, jump into the chat. That's right, jump into the chat. Make your opinions known. Sorry, I kind of jumped ahead of the show. Really? Derper. We have live chat going for Rumble, X, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. And I think that's it. I'm trying to remember. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. It's been a weird week. It really has been. I had fun yesterday. I was on a round table with KLRN last night at 10. And then at 11 o'clock, I was on BZ's show, co-hosting, guesting, and having fun. One of the things we talked about is the election is Tuesday. And what I need everybody to do, make sure you go out and vote. I don't care if you think this is a slam dunk for Trump. That's what's hurt conservatives elections after elections after elections. The only ones that can beat conservatives are conservatives. Yes, folks, please hit the subscribe button. Give a thumbs up. Follow. We're trying to get YouTube to 500 subscribers. We're so close. It's free. It's free, people. But it feeds the algorithm monster that helps the show. Now, back to the talking about voting. Don't talk about red wave. I just want to see people go out there and vote and show these politicians what they really think. Make the Democrats go back to the drawing board. The party is in danger, and if conservatives band together and stop bickering like little fucking kids and band together, we can save this country. Because there's no doubt about it, this country's in trouble, people. This country is in trouble. The Democrats are out to destroy everything we hold dear. Understand that. They want to destroy it. Keep that pedal to the metal. We have been pushing for months. Don't lit up at the finish line. And I'm loving some of the numbers I'm seeing. That Republicans are outvoting Democrats in early and mail-in voting. That doesn't mean that you don't go out and vote. Get out, grab your friends, drag them by their hair if you have to. Drag them by their feet, kicking and screaming. Get them to vote. Get out there and vote. Tuesday. Because the Democrats are trying everything. Is it Virginia? I think it's Virginia. Some real shit news came out that I think this judge should be disbarred immediately. A federal judge ordered Virginia to reinstate over 1,500 individuals who self-identified themselves as non-citizens back onto the voter rolls. Non-citizens who shouldn't be voting are being put back on the voter roll because a federal judge is ordering it 11 days before the election. They are going to try everything in their power, people. Everything to steal this election. Don't get complacent right now. I'm telling you, vote like you're the third monkey on the ramp to Noah's Ark. And, brother, it started to rain cats and dogs. Get out there and vote. Vote common sense. Showdown ballot. Because even local elections matter. They matter in a big way, people. Get out there. Vote. Vote. There's no excuse.
Politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
And welcome back to the Reaver Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. Trying to make sense out of the senseless right here on shrmedia.com. Conservative media done right. Also be rebroadcasted 10 o'clock on Mondays and Fridays on KLRN Radio. We're also broadcasting this show through YouTube, Twitter. How do you do? What's going on, Greenhorn? Glad to have you. Twitter, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. After the show, it will be posted up to Spreaker for iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and so many more. Or you can just go to shrmedia.com and hit the podcast button, and it'll take you right to our podcast. People, I can't stress it enough how important it is to get out there and vote. We'll get back on that a little bit more. Just remember, people, vote like you're the third monkey on the ramp to Noah's Ark. And brother, it's raining. Also, if you take a look right here, right there, buy me a coffee. Appreciate it if you guys would take a QRS snap. If you could just buy us a coffee, $1, $2. Anything is helpful. Don't forget, hit like, subscribe, follow. It's free, and it feeds the algorithm monster. And boy, is that bitch hungry. All right, let's see. The Harris campaign, holy shit. I said it last night. They're going down faster than Titanic. And that campaign's running around trying to find the iceberg that it hit. Because it's not looking good for him. And to the point, Mark Cuban's now, well, I'll work with Trump if he's elected. What a whore that man is. That is a whore. You want to talk shit about Donald Trump for months on end, and now I'll work with him. Yeah, it goes to show that you're a double talking, two-timing motherfucker. It's sickening when people do that. Oh, it looks like he's going to win. Oh, I'll work with him. He's my buddy. I was just joshing. I don't know what his excuse is going to be, but you know what? I'd tell that little pissant where to go if I was Donald Trump. But now we're hearing out the Harris campaign. Now she's back to, we can study packing the Supreme Court if I win. People, she gets in. It's going to pack it with liberals. They're going to do away with the filibuster. They're going to push. They're going to push for illegal immigration left, right, and center. It's not a joke. It's not hyperbole. This is what they're going to do. I know it's got cut off, but please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're so close to 500. And that's a big hurdle with a small channel like ours. It puts us onto the next level with the algorithm, and it'll help us. And it'll help get the conservative message out there. And we need every little voice on YouTube, on that liberal bastion. Oh, you ought to see the shit they nitpick on. Holy crap, people. Oh, but Harris, she went on during a town hall on CNN on Wednesday, 2024. Democrat presidential candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris, responded to a question on whether she supports expanding the Supreme Court by stating that, I do believe that there should be some kind of reform of the court, and we can study what they actually looks like. I have a question. They never said a fucking word when it was a liberal court. And yes, it was. Now, it's conservatives, they're throwing a fucking hissy fit. They're acting like a scorned lover. All upset because they don't have control of the court. What do you think they're thinking with CNN right now? They lost CNN. When you lose Anderson Cooper, that's bad. That's bad. Let me see if I can find that clip. Because, like I said, when you lose Anderson Cooper, you're in trouble. Hang on. I like playing these audio or videos because it's one thing to hear from me. It's another to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. And this interview, number one, for what she says is like, holy shit. Holy shit, people. It is. You want to talk a word salad? All right, I got to it. This is the word salad of all word salad. All right, All right, make it go there. Share.
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years, you were vice president, not the president, but why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done.
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years.
I mean, and I'm pulling this up for a reason because they actually have a little a transcription, that's the word I was looking for, of what she said. Let me make sure that's readable. Yeah, it is. So let's go over this.
4 years, you were vice president, not the president, but why wasn't any of that done?
Goofy.
For 4 years, you were vice president, not the president, but why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done.
Holy shit. There's a lot that was done, but there's more to do. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done. What the fuck does that even mean, people? Seriously. Holy shit, can that woman say a lot of words and mean absolutely nothing? And that's not the only one. And Anderson Cooper pushes back on her on immigration and several other things. And it was beautiful because you could see the look on her face. But you don't hear the attacks on Anderson Cooper, do you? You don't hear it. It's just, I don't know. It's this campaign is in severe crisis mode. All right. Where am I at? So, yeah, they're going to try packing the court. They played around with it, and now they're trying to. She's trying her last minute shit. They're trying to throw everything at the wall to see what sticks. They're desperate. If you're leading, you're not going to do that. Yeah. This is the one thing I talked. I know this isn't perfect. But take a look at this. This is people actually spending money. 63.7% chance of winning. That's what the bet is right now. And it's funny, my mom came out today and I was like, oh, I heard Texas is in play. I'm like, what? Ooh, that's a pretty far split right there. Oh, duh. I'm such a dumbass. Oh, I didn't share the window. Oh, are we up on the... Ooh, I got to check something. Because somebody might have got it fixed for us. Are we up and running on the page? No. Huh. I thought it was. All right, let's get back to this. All right, back to being serious here. I can't believe it. But this is Polymart. This is where you bet, and people aren't going to waste their money. Just well, some people won't. Most people won't. Some people will. This is Texas presidential election. It's a 93% chance Trump's going to win Texas. 7% chance on Democrat. So, because I keep hearing about Florida. Florida's in play. 7%. 7%. Now, let's look at the Senate in Florida. Now, if you notice, there was a little blip in August where they gained a little ground. They gained a little ground. Where? There it is. Try to take that down. It shows up on the site. Ready to go. Things are. I love this. Things that were done were in fact done. If you consider that done, things are things that are completed, which means that you consider them done. In that way, that one can qualify as done. Yes, there's no red wave. There's no tsunami. The only way to win the election is to get out and vote. I told you, drag them by their feet, drag them by their hair, drag them by their goddamn pubic hair. I don't give a shit. Get them out there and get voted. That's an old thing my mom used to. Grab them by the pubic hair and yank them. They'll come. All right, we're running on YouTube. Yep. Let's get back to the Polymark. So this is Florida Senate. 92% Republicans are going to win the Senate in Florida. 92%. But they keep, we're going to flip Florida. Now let's go back. There's Texas. Texas at 93%. 63.7% to 36.3% for the presidential. Take a look at that. Let's go through a couple of these. Popular vote winner. They got Kamala. I think Trump has a chance to take the popular. I really do. So actually here, the Republicans take the presidency and, win the electoral, and they win the popular 38%. Democrats win both 36%. It's going to be an amazing, weird night. And don't forget, we will have the election night right here on SHR Media. Through YouTube, X, Rumble, Facebook. We'll be on all of them starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have BZ. Who do we have? We have Of course, myself, Sackhead Sean, BZ. Earl, I believe, is going to be here. Lonnie. Jeff Lutz. And a couple more. And plus, we're going to be sharing time back and forth with KLRN. We're going to be bouncing between those two, between SHR and KLRN, and seeing what they have to say and vice versa. But if you want to hear great coverage and some honest coverage, come here on Thursday. Holy shit. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 4 o'clock. The Pacific Coast. Here we go. Thank you. And with that, we'll be right back for my stuttering ass.
Politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Why isn't that showing up? There it is. Here we go. Now I found it. Right there it is. I swear it wasn't me. It was not me. But election night coverage 2024 Tuesday. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well seasoned. Yes, well seasoned you are, sir. Well, welcome back to the River of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, conservative media done right. We'll also be rebroadcasted at 10 o'clock on KLRN Radio. All right, where were we? All right, this is normally some stuff I don't handle on the show, but it's a very interest of mine. And that's stuff like SpaceX and all that's been going on. If anybody's been following the space stuff, Starliner, which is Boeing's capsule, well, it shit the bed on its first mission with a live crew. And they knew there was issues when they launched, which I don't think it should have been launched. And it stranded the astronauts. In fact, 2 of the astronauts are still up there to this day on the space station. They'll be coming home in February. Starliner was able to make it back safely. But there's a lot of question about Starliner, and everybody knows the shit that's going on with Boeing. Plus, they got their strike going on that hasn't settled. And, well, now Boeing is talking about selling off its space race business. Houston, Boeing has a problem, the article starts. The embattled aerospace giant, which helped put the first man on the moon, is exploring the sale of some parts of its NASA business. The Wall Street Journal reported on Friday, citing people familiar with the matter. The sale, which is in early stages and might not result in a deal, which includes Boeing problematic Starliner rocket and operations that support the International Space Station, people familiar with the matter told Wall Street Journal. A Boeing spokesman told the Post the company does not comment on speculation. The possible exit from the space race by new Chief Executive Officer Kelly Orthberg, I think it is, comes as Boeing faces financial crisis from a 5-week strike that has ground production to a halt. The aerospace company's Spaceliner spacecraft has been hindered for years by developmental delays and technical problems, with more than $1.8 billion in private cost overruns. Now understand, Boeing and SpaceX got their contracts at the same time. SpaceX got a substantially less amount of money. Boeing had its plans and everything from its previous capsules and rockets that went to space. So they had a huge leg up, and everybody thought, Boeing's going to run away with this. SpaceX not only got it on time, but almost on budget. And they've been launching space or manned spacecraft for a lot longer than Boeing has in this new space race. As I said, Starliner shit the bed. And I'm not trying. And some of these sites go, oh, well, you're just an Elon Musk fanboy. No, facts are facts. SpaceX beat the shit out of Boeing. Boeing shit the bed. And that's the problem. SpaceX has an engineer, a very smart man leading the company. Boeing has a number cruncher running the business. I've talked about this before. This is like when you have... No, they didn't return home yesterday. That was the crew that was up there that was scheduled to return. The 2 astronauts are still there. They won't be back until February. I thought they came back a while, not too long ago, but no, they're still there. And it's February they're scheduled to come back. When you hire these executives, and you get like bank executives, financial executives to run, let's say, a hospital, and they run that hospital just by numbers. That's why our healthcare's taking a major shit. Yeah, and right now the stockholder returns ain't shit right now either. But you need to have... All right, doctors should be running the hospitals. Hang on. Here. Yes, astronauts did return with that mission. It wasn't the Boeing astronauts. And I know that's CNN. I hate going to CNN, but because that's what I was looking at. I looked last night because I was watching, actually this morning, I was watching the capsule come in, and I was thinking about, because it was like an hour before, I was thinking about running out to the Tampa airport to go on top of the parking garage to see if I can watch the capsule fly in. Because I have seen the capsules fly across the sky in my area. It's not uncommon. We watch launches from my backyard all the time. And like I said, I'm just 15 minutes east of Tampa. But yeah, they're not coming back until February. The two test pilots for the inaugural crewed flight, Boeing Starliner spacecraft, Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore, left Earth for the International Space Station under the impression that it would last about 1 week. Months later, after determining that the technical issues the Starliner experienced on the first leg of the journey posed too much of a risk, NASA decided to return Williams and Wilmore home aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule. But that did not mean the astronauts would get the first flight back to Earth. A SpaceX Crew Dragon on a mission dubbed Crew 8 left the International Space Station on Wednesday, but Williams and Wilmore will once again be left behind for the simple reason that they were not assigned to that spacecraft. And I do think they try to keep oh, it is. We go out there during the night and just watch it. It's a gorgeous sight. I got to get a better camera to record out there. It is just gorgeous watching that thing light up the sky. And there's this thing they call the jellyfish. Every now and then you get it, and it looks like a jellyfish just going through the sky, but the moon has to be at the right angle for that to happen. But yeah, Boeing's looking at selling. Now they are in business with, well, let's go back to the sale of Boeing space business would be a sharp turnaround for the company's space heyday, from working on the Saturn V rockets used to land man on the moon to building the International Space Station, which has been in orbit for 25 years. Understand that they helped build that space station. And because they put the wrong CEOs in, they may have to leave the space race. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see just SpaceX. You need several companies vying for it. That creates the competition and the move to go forward. And there's not too many companies out there that are going to be able to compete against SpaceX. I know that dipshit Jeff Bezos companies out there, Blue Origin or some shit. They're so far behind. The only thing they could do from the launch pads, I think it's like a 2.5 hour drive. I'm on the West Coast. It's on the East North. But they do launch from California too, from Vandenberg. They still launch from there too. Yeah, exactly with Boeing. The Boeing machinists are on strike. The stock is down. Safety is no longer a priority, and quality is in the dumper because they got an executive that he cares about numbers, not about product, not about the people, he probably doesn't have a fucking clue of what they're doing or how to do it. That's why you need someone that knows about this shit running the company. Listen, there's places for those penny pinchers. You know, that they count everything, and I understand that they need to have them. But as an executive, I don't think that's who you want, because they're only going to destroy the company in time. Let me get through this article, and I got to hit a break. Boeing will likely maintain its position overseeing the Space Launch System, a large rocket NASA is paying the company to build for future lunar missions. The huge rocket successfully completed its first flight about 2 years ago, but Boeing has since faced quality control issues with the system. Boeing and Lockheed Martin have been searching for more than a year for a buyer for United Launch Alliance, the company's joint rocket launch venture. Forsberg, who took helm of Boeing in August, and previously led aviation company Rockwell Collins, has said basically everything except the core company and defense business is on the table to be sold. We're better off doing less and doing it better than doing it more and not doing it well, Orwell said this week during a call with analysts. In September, Orwell fired the head of Boeing's defense and space business. The company's space business suffered a $3.1 billion loss on $18.5 billion in revenue in the first 9 months of this year. Prior to Orthberg joining the company, Boeing had been in talks with Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin to have the private space company take over some of Boeing's NASA programs. Jeff Bezos at Blue Origin, they're so far behind the 8 ball. For them to catch up, they're just launching lawsuits to try to slow down SpaceX because they don't have the ability to get where SpaceX is. I like to see SpaceX buy Boeing stuff. What he's able to do, launching a rocket the size of a skyscraper, and then having it come back down to the launch pad and catching it with what they call chopsticks. These 2 arms that come out and catch the rocket, and they can get it ready for launch again. All right, we're going to hit a break. I might see if I can find that video of the chopsticks.
Liberty, news, politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Reaver Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of this senseless right here on shrmedia.com. Conservative media done right, and also rebroadcasted at 10 p.m. on KLRN. Can you send that link to me through Twitter, please? I can't click on it with the show. Actually, let me see something. Hold on one second. Let me check. Let me see if I can click here. Yes. All right, and then we got some breaking video to show. But thank you for grabbing that for me. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get to. This was just a beauty.
Down to 3 Raptor engines. We can see those chopsticks now.
Jeez.
We're back 7:30. Wow. That is a SpaceX Starship rocket booster. And for the first time ever, the booster returned.
They caught it. They caught a skyscraper. And what's even better is I do have one video. Let's see if I still have it. Here it is. Now, this one's an interesting view because this is what it actually, it held it up. You see that little peg sticking out. And the precision. Look at that. Boop. When I first heard SpaceX announcing, 5 years ago, this is what they're going to do, I was like, bullshit. He's going to fall flat on his face on this one. And the man did it on first try. First try. They succeeded. This is the 5th flight of Starship on top of it. Yeah, there's been some drawbacks and everything, but you know what? 5 flights for the size of this thing, it's amazing. But I got this video sent to me, and let me pull it up. This is some video coming out of, hang on, Iran. During the attack. Yeah. And like I said earlier, I wonder if this is just the beginning. Because if they were just hitting radar stations and all that, that means they're taking out radar so they can bring their planes in with no issue. And that is the one that is going to be scary to watch. And again, I don't blame them for this. Iran has been financing for God knows how long all this terror, all this destruction on Israel. And Israel has had enough. Yeah. Jump subject to talk about SpaceX again real quick. Not too long ago this summer, for Christmas last year, my in-laws bought us, my wife, my daughter, myself, tickets to Kennedy Space Center. Oh, it just standing next to those rockets. Actually, it's ginger ale. And Greenhorn Trucker saying in the chat that a second wave is underway. They are now getting new reports of AA activation east of Tehran. I was just saying, I was wondering if that was the initial. F-35s were involved in the initial attack. Thank you. I pulled a flight tracker and I saw a lot of flights. So you can see where they're heading to Tehran. All of a sudden it was like, right, left-hand turn, Clyde. We're getting the hell out of here. Drones over Syria. And now you got North Korea sending troops to Russia, and they're supposed to be getting involved in the Ukraine war. South Korea is worried about an invasion from North Korea. People, this is why elections matter. And I can't say it often enough. This is why elections matter. We have a weak administration. And they are allowing this shit to happen in the world. They're doing nothing. They keep telling, well, we're talking to them. It's like trying to talk to a 2-year-old that's having a hissy fit, or 3-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever you want to say. You can't talk to them. It doesn't work. And that's exactly right. If we had a strong leader, then none of this stupid shit would be stepping off right now. And if we had Trump, we did not see this shit. Remember when he first got in office? I think it was Syria tried something. And they gave a little phone call to Russia. Told them to get their people the fuck out of this area. And he dropped the mother of all bombs, they call it. It's one of the strongest bombs we have that's not nuclear. He didn't take no shit. So you're going to fuck with me. This is what we're going to do. We're going to wipe you off the map. We're not going to play games. Stop making sense. And once we're recognized as a paper tiger, that simply emboldens more actions against the United States. And I'm surprised, thank God, that we haven't been attacked yet. And my wife was looking at me. She's like, I wonder which candidate these leaders want. And she was being somewhat facetious because she knows they want Kamala Harris because they will continue to be able to do whatever the fuck they want in this world. And there's nothing that she'll never attack back, do anything back to them. People, Tuesday, it's very important. It's very important. There's early voting. There's no reason. There's no reason not to get out and vote. Make your voice heard. Every vote counts. And I'm going to leave the show with this. Vote like you're the third monkey on Noah's Ark's ramp. And brother, it's starting to rain now. Don't forget, 10 o'clock. Rebroadcast of the show will be on KLRN. This is Jersey Joe with the Reaver Common Sense right here on SHR Media. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.